Hey, my name is Tran. I'm an artist, photographer, and creative entrepreneur. And today we have Courtney from Texas Thighs, and we also have a special guest, Mr. Texas Thighs. I am so appreciative of your collaboration with us.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm always excited to come work with you.
I'm so glad that we finally get to work on like a personal project together. But what I'm doing is that I'm creating like an empowerment mini session for the month of February for people. So this is like a really perfect thing to gift someone or even gift to yourself. But we really want to show people the experience of what it's like to gain that kind of confidence through photo shoots, because we want people to just to dip their toes in this. This is really for people to come in and be who they are unapologetically them. I know like you're used to taking a lot of pictures, but it's typically with Mr. Texas Thighs, your husband, right?
Yes.
So I just thought it would be really cool to kind of like get you some like studio style photos for your page, and then me showing people what it looks like to do a photo shoot in a light room.
Yes, I'm excited about that too. I think whenever you told me about the project, I was excited because I think women should be able to embrace their sexiness and embrace their sex appeal just for themselves, just to feel confident, as you say, in themselves. And I love the idea of just being comfortable in your own skin, and it's kind of always been my method.
The reason why I was really drawn to you is because I know how family oriented you are. And I only know this because we've talked so many times in person, but online with your 1.2 million follower account, like you can't tell because there's no like family things on there, you know what I mean?
I think that is a misconception because my page, it's a business page for me, so it's about embracing sexiness, and that was kind of like a spot for just me. I've always been 100% about my kids and husband and family, and so I think people always are like, oh, you don't even post your kids, and I'm like, well, I think I always feared like people would be kind of either creepy or whatever.
That makes sense.
Internet's a wild place, and I felt like it would be odd to have like my sexy photos and post my children in different space. And
it makes sense.
I think that's, a lot of people are surprised if they only know me from Texas Thighs. Then they meet me and are like, oh, y'all are like a family all the time?
Yeah. After just talking to you guys sound so busy with just how much time and dedication you poured into your family right now, knowing that your girls are getting older. And I know you want to kind of level up your content and get more brand deals and work on those things after they're out. Like I really admire you guys for that. You know, working on like your business, but like putting that pause in for your family, and then soon to be picking back up again on a level that you want to be at.
We're trying to build back up to a more full business time with us since our kids are older and growing up and doing their own things. We're very proud of them. Wanted to focus on them first. I think we've always been very open with them. They know the internet, they know Instagram. I didn't want them to it to be a secret and them to find out. I want them to see that a woman, after becoming a mom and becoming, you know, a wife, can still be just a sexy woman. I think I always looked up to models and stuff when I was growing up, and never thought I could be anything like that because I was short.
Me too, girl. Me too.
And curvy, and I was in fact, you know, in the 90s, models were, you know, 5'10", 100 pounds, and so I just think the new world we live in, I was able to kind of like live out my other little dream. I wanted to be a mom first, but to be able to do something like that and create and grow in that space that I never thought I would be able to do was exciting. And I think they see that, and they see how hard we've worked and what we put into them. And then I want them to see that, to embrace.
Where did this like power within you come from? Like how did you find your femininity through all of this?
I think I always looked up to the models. And then whenever Instagram became a thing, a lot of different sized and shaped and looking women were, you know, growing in popularity on there as influencers or whatever. And it actually started like, he would always like take pictures of me, say, oh, you're so sexy or hot or whatever, and take pictures of me and be like, oh, you're so cute. And then I would show him like Instagram pages of models, and he'd be like, well, she's like short and curvy like you. And I'd be like, well, I know, but she's like young or whatever. And I would always have a reason, like, I would feel like I wanted to feel sexy, but I was like kind of nervous, you know.
That's so romantic that like your husband takes your photos and he's like your #1 fan through all of this.
He is. He's been my biggest supporter and fan. And I think that was the thing too, is seeing online how brutal and ugly it can be as well. So our daughters have been able to like see that what people say online isn't make you, you know, and to not let that bring you down as well. I think that's kind of, you know, no matter how many people love you, there's enough people that will not like you either, that you don't have to be everyone's cup of tea.
So currently, like as an empowered woman, what are some of the struggles that you go through?
I was like, I wonder what Kathy's gonna ask me today. And I was like thinking, I turned 40 last year. And that was a big thing for me. My kids and husband, everyone knows, like when I was turning 39, I remember being like, this is it. I'm not gonna turn 40. I'm gonna be that lady that's like, no, I'm like 38 forever. And when I came to my 40th birthday, I was kind of like, wait a minute, like this is kind of awesome. I still sounds weird to say 40, I still joke about it, but like, I feel stronger and more over the course of the years of the back and forth, the online, embracing yourself, but then also you get kind of torn down. You can get, if you let comments and mean things said about you, especially whenever it's something you've thought yourself, you know, as women judge ourselves. I'd already ignored the haters and trolls and whatever, but I finally was like, I've got to like love myself more too. And I think I still have moments, I'm not, you know, I'm still a woman that'll be like, oh, I wish I didn't eat so bad last week or something, you know, I want to be healthy and strong, but I also have been a lot more about embracing who I am as much as possible and being as natural. I think that it's okay to be 40, that it's okay to age and be like, well, I'm like doing really great at 40, you know? I mean, there's people that don't even make it to 40, you know, sadly. So I was like, I kind of like had this flip in my head of not trying to be the young 20-year-old model still on Instagram, you know? I'll be like, I'm embracing that I'm just 40 and embracing full womanhood.
I think that is beautiful. That is definitely a struggle that I have seen like other people go through as well, and that makes a lot of sense. And I love that you are like part of that push of changing the way people think what 40 looks like too, because our life expectancy has grown so much that 40 is like not even half of our life, you know
I know. I think about that too. I'm like, I remember thinking 30 was old, you know, when I was younger. Now I'm like, 30s were pretty awesome. And I was like, and I feel like my 40s are already starting off really great. I'm like, okay, it's okay to get older. It's okay to grow up.
I love that. Cool. Well, let's get started on our shoot.
Yes.
Cool.
Excited.
How gorgeous you look.
I like that.
How did the shoot go? How did you feel?
Wonderful. It was super fun. I always know it's gonna be good, but I never like know how what it's gonna be. You know, I never know like your vision. You'll be like you said, light and airy, and I was like, that sounds amazing. I don't know what it's gonna lead to. I love it. I'm super excited. I love that you have the iPad out to show too, because then you're like, okay, yeah, it's like looks good. Thanks.
I love to show people so they know like what they're working with.
Yeah, I think that's what's amazing too, because like, you know, at home getting selfies, you can know exactly what you're getting, what you look like, and then you're like, you say it looks good, is it good, are you sure? And then you're like, show me, and I'm like, yes. I love it.
And then that rose petal shot.
That was so fun. I always
thought
it would be fun to do something like that, and we made it happen. We took a few tries, we got all the rose petals, you know, it looks so cool though.
So yeah, I definitely want to thank our sponsor, Fresh Petals, today. This is amazing, beautiful installation that they set up for us. They're based in the design district, and I'm so glad that we were able to hang on to it a little bit longer for this photo shoot.
It looks so cool.
Yeah, looks so good. So what has been like the difference shooting like, you know, at home and like here for you?
You're a professional and have an eye for it. I love that you can see what you want in your head and you know how to make it happen. Curves, the light, everything. And that I love that you can capture all the light and you can tell exactly where you want the light at and make you look good. I've worked with some photographers, but I love working with you because I can tell you know exactly what you want and what you're doing, and you can capture it, and then you make it great.
And I love like models like you who are just so down and flexible to do everything, and so I just love being able to like explore with each other too. You did an amazing job. You did an amazing job.
A lot. You guide me and help me a lot.
Can we get your husband in here real quick?
You want to come in?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nick, also known as Mr. Texas Thighs. I'm just her husband and father to our beautiful daughters. That's kind of my three most important things in the world, is making them happy.
So what would be your advice to like other partners or husbands that take photos of their wife or partner?
I think it's more about just letting them dictate what they're comfortable with. I've always been very, even if it's further or less, like, you know, with what she's comfortable with. It's always whatever she wants to do. Like to your point earlier of, is the OnlyFans just OnlyFans? It's always been whatever she wants it to be. So I've never said I want this or I want that. It's more of like, if you're comfortable with it, it's your page, it's your body. I'll be your photographer and take the pictures for you. Yeah, what will make you feel best? Like to me, it's the number one thing is like I have a really awesome job basically at this point. So being in front of the camera, I don't know what makes her feel best. So regardless of if I think something looks good, I'll tell her, and then sometimes she'll go back a month later and post the thing I thought looked good and it'll do well. But so I've always felt like the best thing to do is just be a support system for her. And if she wants my opinion, I'll give it to her. If she doesn't, then sometimes I'll give it to her and she'll tell me I'm wrong and we'll move on. But
I love her page even more because I know who's taking the photos behind it and like the relationship that you guys have together.
Thank you.
Sometimes that's how I feel about my photos too. In the moment I'm like, oh, it's okay. And then later on, months later, I'm like, oh, that's actually not bad. Why was I hating on myself?
It's what'll get you in the, like back when we started, we would try to just get a picture. For Cowboys, we do a picture and a prediction and whatever. And like when you're in that moment, there's times where we'll try to we like it, but we need to fix it. And then we'll do like 50 more pictures. And we're like, if we would have had the time to just wait a week, we would have probably gone back to it anyways. But like there's times where we will end up spending 30 minutes trying to get something that may be impossible.
So do you guys shoot on like bad days too?
We just make sure we get a lot when we shoot. We're very big planners. And so it's like, okay, if we're going to do it, then we're gonna get a bunch in an hour. So we spent, like I said, we spend a lot of time with our kids. And so our plan is like, okay, and nowadays too, a big thing on Instagram is like getting public content. When it is time to get content, we get it. That's our 2 hour, yeah. It's literally like, are you done? And she's like, yeah. Then I'm like, cool, let's hang out. Even if she's feeling off, we just go, well, what do we have in the bank to post? And she'll grab my phone and go, what did I not get sent over from you? So honestly, it's more about, we do try to look for the good days too. Like it's, we're very bad about being patio people when it's like 80, we're like, we gotta go. So we'll it's like, be like, let's get dressed cute and get a few minutes and then we'll go have a margarita.
I am so happy to have the both of you guys. I can't wait to see these pictures and
thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yes, awesome, great job.
Thank you.
Yes. Bye guys.